What's up everybody, this is Danny, and I was lucky enough to be flown out by Huawei to beautiful Munich, Germany, along with some other people that you might recognize to be a part of Huawei's launch of both the Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro. After the event, I walked away impressed, but I was a little confused on the direction where the Pro version is heading. So I managed to get both the Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro, and I want to compare these two to show you how different these phones really are, show you some camera samples from the new dual camera setup, and help you with the buying decision in between the two. I want to thank Huawei once again for providing these units and making this and future content possible. The unboxing experience is pretty much the same on both phones. Premium packaging is nothing new on Huawei phones. You get the phone itself, then underneath that you get a case, which is nice. It's a thin and clear case to show off the beautiful design. You get a SIM ejection tool. You also get headphones included, but then you'll notice that the Mate 10 Pro gets USB-C headphones because there's no 3.5mm jack on the Pro. But on the Mate 10, you do get a 3.5mm headphone jack. The good thing is that the Mate 10 Pro does come with a dongle if you want to use your 3.5mm headphones. You also get a USB-C cable and a power brick that supports Huawei Supercharge, so you can top up fast if you need to. Both of these phones pack beefy 4,000 mAh batteries, so all-day battery life should not be an issue with both of them. So let's start with the similarities. The design language on the back with the beautiful glass finish and what I like to call the bandana strip is the same. I have both of them in this unique mocha brown color, but it is available in a variety of colors. The build quality is solid, it's subtly curved, easily up there with the best built devices of the year. Nice tactile buttons with great feedback and great placement. The chipset is the same on both, the very powerful octa-core Kirin 970 processor with a dedicated neural processing unit for AI applications, which I will show you later, and the new 12-core Mali G72 for the GPU. The cameras are also the same, both sensors boasting f1.6 aperture. The main sensor is a 12 megapixel camera and the secondary one is a monochrome sensor at 20 megapixels. The front-facing cameras are also the same at 8 megapixels. They both have a dual speaker setup using the earpiece as the second speaker, so that is nice to see, and you will be happy to know that while other manufacturers are ditching this, they both have IR blasters at the top to control your TV or audio equipment. Software-wise, they both run the latest version of Android 8.0 Oreo, which is very nice, and with the new version of Huawei's EMUI 8.0 skin on top. Both of these phones are feature-packed, but let's get into the main differences. The biggest difference here, in my opinion, are the displays. The Mate 10 has the higher resolution 5.9-inch IPS Quad HD LCD display with the traditional 16:9 aspect ratio, so the 10 is significantly wider in form factor, but they both have very minimal side bezels. The Mate 10 Pro gets an upgrade to the more modern 6-inch 18:9 OLED display, but it is full HD plus in resolution, so technically it has less pixels, but both look fantastic, both support HDR10, and both have respectable brightness of 730 nits. So when I was at the event, I wanted to make sure I asked why they decided to go with a lower resolution on the Pro, and they cited pretty much the best performance for battery life was their biggest key why, but trust me, this display is not bad looking whatsoever. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. You can take advantage of the new aspect ratio by getting rid of the bottom navigation buttons and adding this virtual button. It has all of the functions that you would expect as going back and triggering recent apps by swiping left or right, and holding down the button will take you home. Both of these phones are dual SIM capable, but they both now support dual voice over LTE, which I think is a first, so no more falling back to 3G when you have a secondary SIM in, you will have two 4G connections. But the Mate 10 Pro supports the faster 1.2 gigabytes per second connection whenever that becomes available. Who knows when that'll be, but it'll be ready for it. For that reason, the Mate 10 Pro does not have support for a micro SD card slot, so it comes with double the storage on board at 128 gigabytes, while the regular Mate 10 does have support for a micro SD card on the second slot with 64 gigabytes of onboard storage. I mentioned it earlier, but if you want the 3.5mm headphone jack, you will have to go with the Mate 10. They both have fingerprint scanners, but the Mate 10 keeps the more traditional placement at the bottom of the display, despite the reduction of the chin, and the Mate 10 Pro has the fingerprint scanner on the back. Great placement, and it's easy to get to. They are both lightning fast, so it all depends on what your preference is. Performance-wise, they are both fast. With the NPU on board, it will use machine learning to keep your device fast and prioritize your most used apps. The Mate 10 Pro does have 6 GB of RAM compared to the 4 GB of RAM on the Mate 10, so keep that in mind, even though I don't think it'll make a huge difference on day-to-day usage. A major advantage that I give to the Mate 10 Pro is that it is IP67 water resistant, so dropping it in water, the pool, or an encounter with the rain should be no problem, putting it in line with other flagships out there. But the Mate 10 is just dust and splash resistant, so this could be a deal breaker for some. One of the examples of how the neural processing unit for artificial intelligence works shows up in the camera. The camera software automatically recognizes objects such as flowers, people, food, or animals, and optimizes the best outcome like bumping up saturation or adjusting colors. All this works even if you don't have an internet connection, since the information is in the chipset itself, so it's not pulling information from the cloud. The camera right now recognizes up to 13 objects, but they will add a lot more in the future with software updates. So here is what you've been waiting for. How good is this camera? I took a bunch of pictures while I was in Germany, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Stay tuned for a lot more coverage on this phone, including comparisons with the Note 8, Pixel 2 XL, and the iPhone 10. So enjoy the samples. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.